Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Our Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide for Masamune high score battle in the current battle ranking event. I'm doing Masamune on stage level 200 and I have only lowered HP by 1 tier and then summon ability potency by 1 tier as well, from minus 80% to minus 40, and I tried nullifying it completely, but at least for me those settings work the best. But stage level can be different depending on account, and I think I can recommend nullifying summon potency debuff, lowering HP, or you could also play with command gauge fill rate debuff as well, and it's just about finding that perfect combination, as your score will be boosted by stage level bonus, damage dealt, 1 hit, max damage, and also time spent in a battle, but your score will be reduced by damage taken, and also if you take too long to defeat the boss you'll lose those points on that time spent in the battle as well. On Masamune, ideally you want Yuffie with Zack as DPS and Aerith to buff them and debuff the enemies, and Yuffie because she is the strongest magic ice DPS in the game, and Zack with his AoE ice exploit weakness weapon, and with them you'll quickly kill all enemies and relatively at the same time. But I have only Sephiroth and I tried the Zack myself, but I have his weapon low over boosted, no Ice Arcanum, so he really doesn't do much for me. And if you have Yuffie with exploit weakness and at least some overspeed, she will hit harder than Sephiroth. And for high score battle my team is pretty much the same as for level 250, but I have only made some minor changes to it. Aerith has Bahamut outfit with Breath of the Earth, mainly because it charges the fastest, Terra Rods to debuff ice resistance, Citric to buff magic and ice on Sephiroth, Princess Guard, Kira and Orkyo slot just in case, Esuna Fatigue for Barret, Deep Breath, and in sub-equipment slots Crimson Staff with magic attack for allies to buff Sephiroth and 2 guild weapons with physical defense for allies. Barret is unchanged, I think, and he has Electro Armor with Icy Judgment, Electro Cannon to debuff attack, Fafnir for provoke and to buff physical defense, Ultimate Weapon, Circle Surger in boost slot, and 2 stat sticks to buff his physical defense further, and in sub-equipment slots, Odin with attack for allies, a weapon with magic attack for allies for Sephiroth, and guild weapon with physical defense for allies. Sephiroth has Odin outfit with Shiva, Edged Wings for DPS, Odin for exploit weakness, Genji, 3 magic and ice stat stakes, and I still have that egg sigil but it won't be needed. And then in sub-equipment slots, Sword of GS and Protector's Blade with magic ability potency and Kath Paluk to max out magic attack and further boost ice potency. Alright, the beginning is pretty much the same, but Fafnir here for provoke and Pdef buff, start debuffing ice resistance, and Odin for exploit weakness. And then it'll be just the same battle pretty much. Alright, debuff physical attack, buff Sephiroth, and I just like to target this right Crash Strike first, but because they have lowered HP it won't take as long, but also try to nullify all those physical defense debuffs. Alright, that should be fine, so let's switch to the left one. Refresh physical attack debuff. And yeah, it will connect nice. But also, because I have better Shiva now, I'm not going to finish off those Crash Strikes. But with Bard I am still going to break those sigils here. But now I can focus on Masamune. Okay, one more here. So Sephiroth doesn't waste EB, because that's always an extra attack. Right, I have summons ready, so one more attack. This Masamune will soon buff himself, but yeah, let's try it. It should be fine. Because now Shiva summons, they hit much harder. I think, yeah, Masamune has only a tiny bit left, so hopefully can finish it with Materia. Yeah, perfect. And I think it has to be done quickly, because in those few seconds Masamune would have buffed himself if those two grass strikes are still alive, and he would do another charge attack, and it was just about to get it quickly. But yeah, that's a tiny score improvement. I can't really do much better here, but yeah, with Yuffie I expect it could be the one hit max damage. It could get you even higher. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching. Good luck on your own clear, and in the meantime, I hope to see you next one.